smoky room way out.
See me out here, but welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to make my juicing video for you guys and just kind of give you guys a little background and like what happened to me, and then I'm going to show you guys how to do the juice if you guys want to try it. So long story short, back last year I had a really bad case of anxiety, and I've never really dealt with anxiety before, but I do now. So it's really crazy how like you go your whole life and you don't really know what it is. I mean, there was always like points in my life that I have experienced. I have a lot of social anxiety. I have just a lot of fears really, but I didn't really know that that's what it was. But so then when I had this really bad case of anxiety and thought that I couldn't sleep or whatever, so like my stomach just got really messed up and I wasn't able to really eat because of it. And so eventually, like over time, so I got better and everything, like with the anxiety, and I like kind of got over what was bothering me, and my stomach just never was the same. So like back in December, I think it was, I started to get severely bad heartburn, and I've never had heartburn my whole life. I've never dealt with that either, so it was really unusual for me to have that. But it was like I couldn't eat anything really without experiencing heartburn, and so it was just really hard to find things for me to eat. I didn't really know what to do, so I would like take Tums, but like obviously Tums only fixed the issue for so long after I would eat, and then like it was like I just constantly had a discomfort in my chest and just felt like bad after eating. Even after drinking just water would like flare it up, and I'm like, okay, something's like majorly wrong here. So like I went to the doctor, and of course they prescribed me Protonix, which is a acid blocking medication. So I just want to start by saying, like, I'm not judging anybody in the world that takes medication, because I've taken certain medications my whole life. When I was sick, or if I needed antibiotics, whatever, I always go to the doctor. But so I got this acid blocker medication, and it seemed to help after about like a week of taking it. So then I started doing a little research and about this medicine. So I found out that the acid medication blocks off like 99% of your stomach acid, which is really bad for your body, because your body actually needs stomach acid to break down your food. And what can happen by taking those pills on a daily basis just is leaving you with little, like no acid to break down your food. So it can cause you to have some other stomach problems and constipation, all kind of different things that I found out about this medication. But you guys can look that up if you want to learn about that. But so I just knew that I did not want to stay on that medication very long after learning about it. So and I've never been a person that has consistently had to take any kind of medication before, so I don't really like taking medicine. I'm more of like, I take it if I absolutely need it or like need to, or feel that like I need to. Like the main thing that I'll mainly take is like Tylenol or Advil, something like that. But so then in January, I think it was January or December, January, somewhere in there, I think, I had took ibuprofen for a headache, and I took it at night before I went to bed. So when I woke up in the morning, I come out and sat in my living room, and I had like this severe stomach pain that I've never experienced in my entire life, you guys. And it wasn't like a stomach ache to like where I had to go use the bathroom or anything. It was just like pain. And I'm like, that can't be good. So I think it was like a week later or like a couple days later. I can't really remember now because it was a while ago, and I should have wrote everything down, but I didn't. But so I started getting this burning pain in my stomach, and it was really weird. Like, it was nothing that I've ever felt before. I've never felt burning pain like that in my stomach gut ever. So I didn't really know like what was going on. So once again, I had to go back to the doctor. I couldn't hardly eat anything because, or no, it actually felt good for me to eat, was one of the weird things. Like, it would only burn when my stomach was empty, and bananas seemed to really help my stomach with that. But it was like I was still kind of dealing with some like pains and stuff after I would eat food. So I would start getting like side pains, like on my right side or my left side, both sides sometimes. And so I went to the doctor and learned that I possibly had a stomach ulcer. So, or multiple ulcers. No one's ever did like a test to go down and see how many I've ever had, so I don't know. And I still, to this day, making this video, I'm not 100% cured, I don't believe, of it. I don't really know, because I still occasionally get a little bit of stomach discomfort, but I'm nothing like I was though from doing this juicing. The juicing has helped tremendously, but so there really wasn't anything that you could do for the stomach ulcer other than take the acid blocking medication. So I think at that point I took a different one or something. I forget why I quit taking it a while. And so then I did some research on YouTube, and I found that you could actually cure ulcers with cabbage juice. So I started looking that up, and I found somebody on here that made a video and how she did her juicing and everything. And I was like, I really want to try to do this the natural way. Flies, sorry, bees and flies, everything is so hot out here right now. I'm like roasting out here. But I had to come outside to film this because my son's taking a nap. But so I found this girl that did the juicing. So I went ahead and my grandma actually bought me a juicer, which was super, super nice of her. And I really, really just like couldn't thank her enough for that, because I actually bought the juicer, I think, in March maybe. And I tried it one time. I tried cabbage juice one time, and I about threw up, and I was like, okay, I don't think I can do this. But so I just continued to take the acid medication, and I felt like as time was going on, my stomach was getting better, but I was still getting like pain, and I still felt like I couldn't eat just like whatever. And at that point, most of you guys watch my videos, I could never drink coffee either because of the acid reflux. It was like I had to give up coffee, I had to give up chocolate. There was a lot of stuff that I just couldn't eat. And I mean, which after a while you don't have that stuff, you get used to it, and it's not really like an earth-shattering thing as it was in the beginning. But so anyways, so finally at the end of March, I decided to look up some stuff, and I found the girl that I'm telling you about, a different person that made a video on how she cured ulcers, again with cabbage juice. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna try to do it differently. So like, I found somebody that used cabbage juice, I believe, celery, and apples. Or she actually used aloe vera juice. So I started juicing, and it was a life changer. Within like a couple of days, I'm not even kidding you guys, I stopped the acid medication, and right when I stopped the acid blocker, I felt like I was getting the discomfort right away, and I'm like, oh no. And I'm like, so I'm gonna try this juice. So I tried the juice. I crap you guys not. Within 2 days, at least 2 or 3 days, that discomfort went away. As crazy as that is. And I felt like it was amazing. Like, I was like, what the heck? Like, if I would have just stuck to this sooner, I could have saved myself from taking that dang on medication that's so bad for your body. And I don't know, I just couldn't believe something so simple as vegetables and stuff from the store like that you can buy that's really not that expensive and heal your stomach. Like, it was amazing. So I juiced for a month. If you guys have watched the vlogs, then you guys know, and it completely changed me. It healed me. I was able to eat whatever food I wanted ever again. Like, I was able to eat chocolate, you guys recently know, like 2 weeks ago I started drinking coffee again, and I mean, I'm able to pretty much eat whatever I want. It's amazing. I don't have to worry about fixing myself a certain meal and then my family something different because I can't eat it. I mean, it was just like, it was crazy, you guys. And not to mention, it puts a lot of stress on you. It can do that as well. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how I make the juice, and then I'm gonna come back and talk just a little bit more. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that footage in for you guys right now. Okay guys, so I just want to come on here really quick and show you what I do for juicing and like everything that I use, and this has helped my stomach tremendously. And so if any of you guys are anxiety sufferers, or if you just have a bad stomach in general, or have had issues with heartburn, reflux, which I'm obviously doing a sit down video talking to you guys about my story today, but I wanted to go ahead and show you on camera what exactly I do to make my juice that I find that really works great for me. So I use 2 Granny Smith apples. You can use any kind of apples you want. You can even use like red apples. I use the apples for the sweetness. That's mainly, and the Granny Smith, if you guys know, are a little bit on the sour side, but I like sour. So I just take 2 of those. I diced them up here. It's kind of a mess here right now, but then I'll use like the cabbage. I do completely last. So right now I got my celery diced up. I have 5 stalks of celery. So I got 5 stalks diced up, ready to be blended into the juicer. And also I recommend putting a little bag in here too, so you don't have to clean this. It really saves time on cleaning this whole thing, because it's a process to juice. I'm not gonna lie, it's time consuming, but if you want to get better, or if you want to help your belly like this and do it a natural way instead of medication, this is the way to do it. So I will then do the apples next after the celery, or sometimes I'll do the apples first. Well, it doesn't really matter, but I always do the cabbage last because I kind of guess with the cabbage. So I'll cut my cabbage up and then blend it, and I use, which you guys don't even have to do this, you just need a big glass, or you can just use a regular cup, doesn't matter. But I like my Nutra Ninja cup because it has the 16 ounces marking on it. So I do 16 ounces, which is enough to drink twice a day. I do 8 ounce in the morning, 8 ounce in the evening. I feel like it works better if you do it before meals. So so this is the cup that I like to use and that I'll be using to do the measurement. It just helps with the measurements, but you don't have to do that. You can even use a measuring cup if you would rather do that, or you could just use a regular cup that doesn't have no measurements. You can do it however you want to do it, but like I said, I guess with the cabbage, so by the time I do the apples and by the time I do the celery, it's up so far, and then I'll just continue it with cabbage until it gets to 16 ounces. So I'm going to go ahead and blend this up for you guys, and I'll show you guys. I like to serve it over ice, and it's really not that bad, and after a while your body begins to crave it, and it really has made a huge impact in my health. This is where it's balanced out to about 8 ounces, so the rest I'm going to do is cabbage juice is 16. Like I said, I heard a lot of people say that you can just do celery juice, and if you want to sweeten it with apples, you might not even need the cabbage. But I also heard that cabbage are very good for ulcers. So if you're just suffering from like acid reflux, you maybe could just do celery and you won't have to do this. But I use the cabbage for the ulcers. But as soon as like my stomach started feeling better, I wouldn't necessarily rely on the cabbage. I mean, you don't have to buy it, but if you like it, whatever. I guess it won't hurt anything. It's just you won't have to buy that item, I feel like, once you start getting over the ulcer symptoms. But my ulcers, I don't really know. I don't know if they've completely 100% healed. I'll talk more about that in the sit down, but I just wanted to show you guys where it was after the apples and the celery was in there. Guys, so I got it right to about 16, just about. So I stir it with just like a spoon before I drink it. You want to stir it pretty good. And then I'm going to pour it over ice. And then I'm going to put the rest of it in the refrigerator till this evening. And then obviously before you get it out to drink it, the second time of the day, you want to stir it again. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It's like a green juice. At first, you guys are probably gonna think it's like gross or nasty. You're not gonna be used to it, but I'm so used to it now that it doesn't bother me anymore. And sometimes I actually like the taste. Like I said, you wanna experiment a little bit and try some apples or sweetener of some kind. The girl that I actually learned how to do this from on YouTube here made a juicing video, but she used aloe vera juice to sweeten it. Hi, honey. Hi. See, it's your nap time, ain't it? But I hope you guys give this a try, and I'm gonna go ahead and get back into the sit down part of this video because I am gonna be filming that today, but I wanted to go ahead and show you guys how I did the juicing and everything. And hopefully this helps some of you guys. You guys will have to leave me a comment down below if you try this out, and I hope it helps some of you. So let's get back into the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the footage of how I did the juice, and if you guys try it, please be sure to let me know down in the comments below. Be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I hope you guys like this video and maybe you found it helpful. I hope to help somebody else out there with this issue, or if you've ever had an ulcer, or not even an ulcer but just acid reflux. You might just be able to do celery juice maybe with some apples, and you won't even have to do the cabbage if you don't want to. I don't know, I haven't tried that, so I don't really know, but I just use all 3 ingredients and it worked out really well for me. And yeah, and you do eventually get used to the taste of it. It's not that bad. Like I said, if you add a sweetener, you can definitely add the sweetener, because if you do straight cabbage juice, I thought it was disgusting. So anyways, yeah, so I think that's pretty much all I wanted to say in this video. I hope you guys liked it, and like I said, if you guys try this, let me know down below. And yeah, okay, so I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Face reflecting bright green, reds and blues. You know I kinda want to disappear with you, but it don't